What if I told you that Billie Eilish is actually an undercover punk? Yes, the one that you just thought about. My name is Hvll, I'm an independent artist and your go-to source in the music industry and pop culture. Like this video and subscribe to the channel because we have different formats and you'll easily find something you will like. Let's begin. First of all, to understand why Billie is an undercover punk, you need to understand who punks are. The entire punk subculture started in the mid-70s, in 1974 in New York and in 1976 in the United Kingdom. They are known for their loud and aggressive genre of rock called punk rock. Although most of us have never listened to the so-called original genre, I'm sure you've heard at least one song by Green Day. They're punk too, although pop punk. So what does Billie have to do with this movement? You see, you don't have to be a loud and aggressive musician to be a punk. Intentionally or not, Billie has been incorporating key traits of the punk spirit. DIY roots. Punks are known for their love for everything DIY, and Billie actually started her music career with a very DIY attitude. She teamed up with her brother Finneas and they started making songs in their bedroom. In the movie Billie Eilish, The World's a Little Blurry, she said that despite becoming popular, she wants to keep the magic she and her brother managed to create in their parents' house when they made her first breakout songs. Speaking of which, her first breakout song, Ocean Eyes, was recorded using an AT-2020. The heck is AT-2020? Well, let me put it into perspective for you. While other artists were driving BMWs and Bugattis, Billie showed up on a fucking bicycle and still won the race. It's a very cheap microphone that a lot of artists use as their first professional choice. For example, it was also my first professional microphone. In music, the sound quality usually depends on your skills rather than the gear you have. Because once you cross a certain threshold with a gear, only music nerds like me and other musicians will notice the difference. Or won't. You don't know if I'm recording this on an iPhone, do you? That's the point. And her DIY approach hasn't really changed. Sure, they can now afford expensive studio gear, like one of the microphones that they use costs like a month's worth of rent in California. But their approach and attitude haven't changed. It's still just the two of them making music together. Not selling out. Now, before you start throwing rocks at me, you can sign a major record deal and still not sell out. You can jump musical styles and still not sell out. And Billie is a great example. If you pay attention to artists from the mid-2010s, most of whom were signed to major record labels after releasing a few successful songs, they've changed their sound in one way or another. They've started sounding more commercial. While Billie, on the other hand, upgraded the quality of her songs because she could now afford better studio gear, but she kept her unique style that made her popular in the first place. She didn't conform to the polished, superstar-ready music that many artists adopt, whether it's because they can't stand their own ground in negotiations or because they want to maintain momentum and agree to everything that people in suits tell them. Because trust me, record labels are interested in one thing, and one thing only: profits. They will drive you into the ground with a crazy schedule, whether it's touring or releasing songs, and demand that you make a profit. Here is a nasty but true example. Imagine you're a cigarette. I know, but bear with me. There are 19 other cigarettes just like you in the pack, and each one of you is getting taken out of the packet. And each one of you thinks, this is my chance. But the smoker uses you, destroys you entirely, and moves on to another to get what they want. And now I feel bad for cigarettes. Maybe it was a bad example. Anyway, that smoker is record labels, and what they're after is not nicotine but money. Although Billie might have initially managed to preserve her style, we may never know if she can change her style drastically because of the record deal she signed, or because her name is too big now and it's associated with a specific style of lyrics and message. Who knows? Oversized clothes. This is one of her key traits. She's one of the artists who have popularized oversized, almost baggy-like clothes, at least for Gen Z. While it may look nice and we're used to it today, Billie started wearing it for slightly different, more dark reasons. She started wearing such clothes because she was uncomfortable with the objectification prevalent in the industry. Let me put it this way: if you're a pop singer and have signed a record deal, you'd better be ready to be turned into another picture-perfect woman and go to extreme lengths to fit into the right look. For example, a while ago, the famous singer JoJo publicly stated that she was pressured into losing weight by the system. She also said that it's what every other woman in the industry does.
Me with a nutritionist and had me like on all these supplements, and like I was injecting myself with, this is like a common thing that girls do, by the way, like the girls or whatever.
But Billie figured, you know what? Fuck it, and started wearing oversized clothes. This way, she could be comfortable in public without constantly stressing over how she's perceived and not worry about perverts. She could wear anything she felt like wearing and maintain her boundaries. This is actually an amazing example of punk spirit, which is all about individual liberty and dignity. Not a Barbie. Her lyrics and visuals are not exactly family friendly, at least for the most part. She talks about things that you won't hear from your average young pop star. She's talked about addiction, depression, suicidal thoughts, and fame fatigue, and most of her songs are like an open diary for everyone to see. And they're not entirely your Barbie starter pack kind of songs. She doesn't write songs for a Malibu dream house, more like the basement under it. She's been continuously calling out the industry for sexualizing women instead of complying, and becoming yet another victim, has been resisting the internal pressure to fit in and the obsession with fame and awards. She's like a virus inside the system. She's anti-establishment from the inside of that establishment. And the best part, they can do nada, because they like money too much and her name is just too big to silence her. Fans are equals. She's not a queen. Her fan base is very loyal for this exact reason. She treats her fans as equals and doesn't look down on them from a pedestal. Well, maybe Vogue magazine, but that's just part of the job. Most artists lose touch with their fans, seeing them as something annoying or even worse, dollar bills. But she's quite the opposite. The idea of punk is to be a community of people fighting for a better world, and you can't build a community if you divide your people into kings and queens versus everyone else. Ultimately, she's pretty open when it comes to interacting with her fans. I hope that this video was interesting for you to watch, because I had fun looking at the artist and realizing that she's way more real, honest, and punk than most realize. Anyway, my name is Hvll. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this or other formats about the music industry and pop culture. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll enjoy on this channel. Anyway, stay awesome and keep making this world a better place.
It would be like something that... You're evil.